Hello, my listeners. Now I'm going to read the second act of Hamlet. Let's listen and enjoy. That night, Hamlet stood on the guard platform with Horatio, and Marcel was waiting for the ghost to appear. The night grew colder and darker, and then suddenly the ghost was there. Hamlet approached it. Father, is that you? What brings you back to walk this realm? What do you need? The ghost looked at him, then beckoned. It must want to speak to you alone, Horatio whispered. What if it means you harm? Marcellus gasped. Hamlet struggled. I don't care about myself. If it harms me, so be it. He followed the ghost away. Once they were a little way from the other man, the ghost turned. Listen to me, it commanded. I will, said Hamlet. I'm your father's spirit, said the ghost, doomed for a certain time to walk the night and do penance until I have paid for all my crimes. I wish I could tell you everything that happens after you die, but I am forbidden to do so. But there is one story I can tell you, and Hamlet, you must listen to me. If you ever loved me, avenge my murder. Murder, Hamlet gasped. A truly terrible murder, the ghost confirmed. Of course, I will avenge you, Hamlet promised. As soon as I am able. Now, Hamlet, listen to me. Everyone was told that I was killed by a poisonous snake as I napped in my orchard. That is a lie. Or rather, the snake who killed me now wears my crown, said the ghost. My uncle, Hamlet cried. The ghost nodded slowly. Yes, that same sneaky man, who has now taken my wife as his own. The day that I died, I was sleeping in my orchard. As you know, I often did in the afternoon. Your uncle crept up on me and poured poison in my ears as I slept, killing me right away, and so my life, my crown, and my queen were stolen from me. I didn't have a chance to say goodbye or repent my sins. You must right this wrong and punish my brother for his crimes. Leave your mother out of it. Only heaven can judge her. Now I think the morning light is coming, so I cannot stay any longer. With that, the ghost faded away to nothing. Hamlet bowed his head. Father, I swear I will avenge you. Horatio and Marcellus came rushing up. Hamlet, are you okay? Marcellus cried. What did the ghost say? Horatio wanted to know. That must remain between me and the ghost, said Hamlet seriously, and you must swear not to tell anyone what you have seen tonight. We will not say it, Marcellus. Swear on my sword, insisted Hamlet. Marcellus frowned. But I have just said I won't tell anyone, he said. Swear, boomed out a ghostly voice from below them. I swear. Horatio squeaked, looking terrified me too, Marcellus added. As dawn began to break, Marcellus led the way down from the guard platform. Hamlet held Horatio back for a moment. There may be a time soon when you see me acting strangely. If you do swear, you will not say a word. All will become clear in the end. Swear, said the ghost. Horatio swore and nodded. Of course, I will do as you say. Meanwhile, Polonius was worrying about his son. Letters France was a long way away. Was Letters studying music as he should be, or was he hanging out with his friends? Polonius's thoughts were interrupted by Ophelia rushing in. Oh, father, I have had such a fright, she said. Hamlet came to me and looked at me like a madman. His clothes were all dirty and rumpled. And he grabbed my arm and just stared into my eyes. Then he sighed and staggered out. I fear poor Hamlet is not well. Polonius frowned, wondering what could have happened to make Hamlet behave in such a way. He looked at Ophelia. Did you reject Hamlet like I told you to? You refused to see him and sent back his letters. Yes, exactly. As you said, father, Ophelia confirmed. Polonius shook his head. Perhaps I misjudged Hamlet. I thought he didn't care about you, but it seems he is truly in love. When you rejected him, it sent him mad. Come, we must tell the king what has happened. Meanwhile, King Claudius and Queen Gertrude had also noticed that Hamlet was behaving oddly. They summoned two friends, or Hamlet to the court. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I don't know if you have heard, but Prince Hamlet is not behaving quite like himself lately. The king said, We hope the two of you might be able to cheer him up. Indeed, agreed the queen. He talks about you both so much, and I think there is no one else living who is quite so attacked too. If you would consider spending some time at court with us to help Hamlet, we would be forever in your debt. Rosencrantz laughed. Why, your majesties? You don't need to ask us, only to comment, and we would be happy to help. Guildenstern added with a bow. The king and queen thanked them graciously, and the young man left to find Hamlet. Polonius popped his head in. I think I have found out the secret of Hamlet's depressed mood, he said. You have tell us, Claudius said. Before Polonius could answer, the ambassadors from Norway swept into the room. They had to good news Norway had decided not to attack Denmark after all. Claudius was thrilled and sent the ambassadors on their way with thanks. Now, what is wrong with Hamlet? Claudius asked Polonius. Polonius explained his theory about Ophelia rejecting Hamlet being the cause of his strange conduct. As the three of them talked, they saw Hamlet approaching. He was wearing a mismatched outfit and reading a book as he walked. You two leave. I'll talk to him, said Polonius. When the king and the queen had gone, Polonius approached Hamlet. Hello, my prince, he called. Hamlet seemed startled. Oh, hello. Do you know me? Polonius asked as Hamlet stared at him. Yes, sure. You are the fishmonger, Hamlet replied absently. Polonius frowned. No, I'm not. Have you got a daughter? Hamlet asked abruptly. Yes, Polonius said. Never let her out, Hamlet told him. What are you reading? Polonius asked. Trying to change the subject? A book about old men. If only you could turn back time to be as old as I am? Oh, he said, Hamlet, jovially. Polonius nervously turned away from Hamlet, not quite sure what the prince meant. He decided to find Ophelia. Soon after Polonius had gone, Hamlet was delighted to bump into Guildenstern and Rosencrantz. My excellent good fellows, how are you, boss? But what brings you to prison? Prison, my lord? Guildenstern frowned. Denmark is a prison? Hamlet told him. Well, then, so is the world? Rosencrantz declared. Oh, yes, Hamlet agreed. A huge one is in which there are many cells. Denmark is one of the worst of them. I don't think so, said Rosencrantz. Well, then you are free. It's all in the mind, really, said Hamlet. My mind is just so full of bad dreams that I feel trapped. But anyway, what brings you two here? It's lovely to see, friends. Why we came to see you, said Guildenstern. Heartily. No other reason. Hamlet squinted at them. You came of your own accord. Or were you sent for? Be honest with me. Shoulders sagging, the man admitted. They had been summoned by the king and queen, and I know why. Hamlet said, I have been depressed lately. This whole world feels like a sinking pit of nothingness, and I can't see the point in living anymore. No man can entertain me ever again. Well, that mighty shame, said Rosencrantz brazenly. We just passed some actors who are putting on a play for the court later. Ah, then I must see these actors, said Hamlet. Going to find them as he walked, a plan began to form in his mind. Welcome, dear actors. I know everyone is being told that I am mad, but that is only true sometimes. When the wind blows northwest, you see? The actors nodded politely. Do you know the play? the murder of Kanzako? Hamlet went on. We do. One of the actors replied. Could you perform that tomorrow night with an extra little bit that I will write for it? Hamlet asked. The actors agreed they would. When Hamlet was alone, he picked up his pen and began to scribble out the extra scenes. He had decided to make the play resemble the death of his father and watch his uncle closely as it was being performed in front of him. The play's the thing, he muttered to himself. That's how I'll see his guilty conscience. Meanwhile, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern had slipped away quietly to update the king and queen. They seemed happy to see us. Rosencrantz informed them we could discover why he flits between depression and madness. Guildenstern said he admits that he's distracted but won't say with what exactly. And did you manage to get him to do something? Some hobby or game with you? Asked the queen. Hamlet seemed delighted. By some actors, Rosencrantz said he's ordered them to put on a play for him tonight, and he wants your majesties to attend. Well, that's a good sign, King Claudius said. Well done, lads. With that, Claudius left to put another part of a plan into action. Claudius and Polonius had decided to see if it was love for Ophelia that had caused Hamlet's anguish. They set Ophelia up alone, sitting and reading a book, and then they hid behind some pillars. Soon Hamlet came by talking to himself. To be or not to be, that is the question. Is life worth it, anyone? He suddenly caught sight of Ophelia and gasped. Ophelia, the angel from my prayers. Good day, Hamlet. I hope you are well, said Ophelia. I have the love letters you sent me. I want to give them back to you. I believe you did love me once. Well, you shouldn't have, said Hamlet. All men are liars. Where is your father? Why, I think he is at home, my lord. Ophelia lied. Shut him in there so he can only be a fool inside his own house, said Hamlet. Goodbye. Heaven help this prince, Ophelia cried. Just go to a nunnery, Hamlet told her, pulling at her arm. Ophelia edged away from him, but Hamlet didn't seem to notice or care that she was uncomfortable. Or if you must marry someone, marry a fool. Now run along, and he strolled away. What has happened to him? Ophelia wailed. King Claudius and Polonius stepped out of their hiding place. I don't think it's love, said Claudius, or madness, but he's clearly upset. I'm going to see if his mother can get it out of him after the play. If she can't, I'm going to send him away to England for a change of scenery. Thank you for attention. It was the second act of Hamlet. Later we will continue the third act. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye. See you soon.